Hey guys, how you doing? Eileen Hull here. If you have not subscribed already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel and join me on Instagram and Facebook at Eileen Hull Designs. Good to see you guys. Karen Gartland, Charlotta, Brenda, Laura, Liz. Hi, Avril. Good to see you all. Today, we are going to do a fun thing. It turns out it's fun. I was a little nervous about it. We are going to hand bind a journal. We're using the tiny book. Hi, Lori. But that one is no longer available. I don't have it, but I wanted to do small ones just to kind of try some different things. So I have a whole bunch of really cute little journals that I made last night. Okay, and this is why I picked the tiny book, because it's small and manageable and quick. So we can hopefully go over some different methods of binding. This one I did the Coptic binding. It's a little loose because I messed it up. But look at that. That is the paper that I got in Florence. Isn't it beautiful? No two alike. It's all different marbling. Hey, Tanya and Carrie. Good to see you. So we are going to make that. I also did this one, and I bound them in all different ways so we can go through, and I'll show you when we put the camera down what, how to do them. I don't know if we'll get to do them all. We'll probably do one. And if we do the Coptic version, that's the one that's going to take a little while. I did make one signature, so that's ready to go, but we'll see. Hey, Leslie. So what else? Oh, I wanted to share this card that I got in the mail from Leslie. Thank you so much. And I am here. I am not on my way to California. And what I did today, Debbie, Debbie Fisher, who does my Etsy store when I'm gone, she was telling me about a fabric store that I hadn't been to yet. And there's this designer, Tilda. I don't know if you guys have heard of her, but she just does really, really beautiful designs. And she's like, they have every one of Tilda's fabrics. Well, we went to the store and it was closed on Thursday. So, yes, Karen, I did do a marbling demo. I use shaving cream. It's really fun. We'll have to do that another day. Anyway, we decided to go and drown our sorrows at Chick-fil-A, which was delicious, and we chatted. Yes, isn't it pretty? Hey, Jen and Diana. And then we went to Ollie's and we got some great deals, and we had coupons for 15% off. So anyway, the day was great, and I wouldn't have been here if I was in California. So I am happy. But anyway, when I got back, there was this beautiful card from Leslie. It's so much, not that it doesn't look pretty online, but it's just so much more 3D when you see it in person. It is beautiful. Thank you, Leslie. My birthday is Saturday, but I'll be at the party for Emma, who's turning 1. So I'm happy about that too. Anyway, so this is going to take a little while, so I think we'll kind of get right into it, if that's all right with you guys. What is my other announcement? I don't think I have any. I still haven't done the work. My sleeping is all messed up after that trip, and I am going to bed early. So that's all right. I'm peeling glue off of my thing here. Hey, oh no, Marion. Oh, I'm sorry. Hopefully it doesn't hurt for a long time. Well, try not to think of it, Mary. I know it's easy for me to say. Sorry. All right. Well, I'm happy you had it. Oh, good. Thank you. All right. I am going to turn the camera down. And wait a minute. Let's see. Okay. Here's my little friend, my helping hand. Oh, that looks pretty good. Okay. So in here, what I've been doing lately is just trying to keep all of my stuff together when I know I'm going to do a video. I've been doing some reels, and it's hard to keep it all together. Hey, Dorothy. Thank you. Thank you for singing happy birthday, Karen. All right, so here is the one I thought that I would show you. Not that it's any great job, but I did use the papers, and I think they came out really pretty and special. These colors are just so vibrant. Now back here, I had to patch a little bit because I was trying to conserve, and that's the back. So something on here went wrong. I don't know what. I think I cut down my edges, and I usually like to leave a little gap here, from the top to the bottom, and this doesn't measure out like the same size as the other book. So it could be I had a couple pieces that I was using to clip when I did my glue, and I think I used the wrong things. But anyway, hey, Teresita. So let me just show these again. These are some pieces that I did. Same thing. I used them for glue, and then I covered them by mistake. But I can still, I was thinking I might make like a little pad out of this, cover that. And anyway, I had ideas, a lot of ideas. These are some of the pieces that I already have cut. This is the thread that I used. It's a waxed linen thread. I don't know how many millimeters, or I don't know what gauge this is. It's pretty heavy duty. And honestly, it doesn't feel very waxed to me, but it worked fine. So that's what I'm going to use because I have the right needle, and that's just what's ready to go. So I'm going to use that. This I used on one of the bindings, this one, and I like how it looks. It's kind of a shabby, I didn't decorate any of them. In here, I was playing around with index cards, and I just had to trim a little bit off each index card for that to work as pages. And it's not really, I wish the graph went on both sides, but I got this from Ollie's for 99 cents, and it only did the one side, but that's okay. What I could do if I wanted would be to glue the backs of these together, and make a little pocket so I could stick something in here, or I could do my glue here and have a pocket coming up. So anyway, lots of options as usual, which is, for me, that's what's fun about crafting. This was some handmade paper that I had, and I covered it. It almost feels like fabric. And I just realized I forgot to find a piece of fabric because I thought that would be fun to do, but we can do that another time. But this one I bound in a different way. So there are a couple ways you could do it. So what I did for this one was I found some purple cardstock, lightweight cardstock. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Jen, you just have to trim a little bit, I think, off this side. I'm not sure where. Or maybe it's this way. I can't remember. And even if you wanted to go to the full 3 inches, it would work fine. One of them I did do that. This one, I think I did do the full 3. Well, let's measure. There's my rule right here. Knew I would need one. Yeah, so that I kept that at 3, but I think I maybe cut that down. Yeah, that's just a little bit less than the 5. And I could have even gone right out to the edges since I have this little gauzy stuff here. Isn't it cute? Anyway, I love this paper. And this, I don't know if you guys remember, but when I went to Amsterdam, we were at a museum gift shop. And I love this lady, Marjolaine Bastien. She's a Dutch artist. She did a lot of Hallmark cards and stuff, and I just love her art. It's very usually botanical, or she's got birds or somebody in there, a lot of nature. And so I really liked most of this paper, but it was the right weight, and I use this one. So any of these would work. Well, I would use one that doesn't have a pattern because that would be a little tricky. But anyway, I could do some kind of pretty, thing on the front. I could do anything on here. And I do want to decorate these because I just think they're so cute. I want to make a little bookshelf that has all of these sitting, lined up on there. Anyway. Okay. So you couldn't either. You had to come back and go. I am not. This is just driving me crazy. Facebook and YouTube. I can't even share this. It takes me so long to post anything. It just drives me crazy. All right. So this is the one with the Coptic binding. So I was thinking that maybe we would do this one first because it's the hardest. So I need to do it while I'm fresh. So let's do it. Okay, so let me get the papers and show you them. And we can decide what paper we want to use. I was kind of like, oh, I already used a lot. So this was the one that I did the first book. This one. So I have a scrap of that left. I have a little bit of this one left. What I really like. I like that one. I really like this one. What do you think? Should we use that? That one looks so beautiful to me. These colors. All right, let's do it. Okay, so rough idea of how I'm going to know how much paper I need is the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to die cut my book, and I already did that. I mean, we can do one if you want, but I think you guys know how to die cut. So this is my tiny book die. I put my matboard on here. I cut this piece. Okay. So now if you wanted to bind it like this, you would use the full piece. If you wanted to bind it this way, you would cut off that little binding strip and just have these two pieces left for your two covers. So let's do that because that's what I'd like to do. So the way I'm going to do that is I am going to take my knife and I am just going to basically trace this score line. And I'm going to go over that a couple times. And then I will have one cover. I just changed the blade on this, so it's good to have a nice crisp blade. And you really don't have to do much. It just kind of goes down the track here. There's already a score line laid out. So, all right. This is a cheesy knife. I can't find any of my other ones. I don't know where they are. Okay. So now we have our two covers. Linda Cooper, you can't see any comments. You're on Facebook. Maybe try YouTube? Oh, wait a minute. Is YouTube? Oh, yeah. Okay. Jen Ray, I see you are on YouTube. Let me go to Instagram and see if anybody's on over there. We got one person over there. All right. I'm not sure. Anyway. Okay. So now we have our two covers. Debbie gave me the cutest present. All beautiful. All wrapped. Just so pretty. She has a way. All right, so we got to decide. Now that looks like it has a little flaw down here, so I'm going to go ahead and use this end of it. And what I'm going to do is just kind of place these on here to see how much I need. And I think that ought to be good. So I'm going to make a mark like here and somewhere I can see there. And then I'm going to trim that. Let me get my big cutter out just to make it easy. I'm just going to take this whole section off. I had a little crisis last night because I could not find my PVA glue. I eventually did find it, but I'm running low on it, so I'm going to try an experiment, which may not be good with my good papers, but I might wait and do that with the next one that I do. All right, so here is our paper. So this is going to be our 2 book covers, okay? So what I might do is just fold this in half, and because we're going to do these separately. And we're going to trim these, and so if we can just even... This is so cool, though. These papers were in this store called El Papiro. I'm just going to put this down because we're going to be using glue. And I think that means the paper, but I'm not sure in Italian. And they had an actual marbling bath in the store with papers hanging there. So I know that they did everything there, which was cool. All right, so basically we're going to cover these, and then we're going to also take another piece and cover, the backside, because you'll see that when we do our book, you're going to turn that and that'll be a cover. So now let's talk about glue. I was saying that you should use a PVA glue. That's what I have here, but it's kind of low. But hopefully, wait a minute, let me get my water, because sometimes I use this, but actually it wasn't working so well because it got little particles on here and it wasn't covering smoothly. So I'm actually going to use a brush. I would say don't use any fancy good brush, because this is going to get, the glue can get it all gummed up. So this is one that, I got at Michael's in a collection pack, so I'm not going to worry about it. But I am going to pour some glue in here just to make it easier. And I probably could add a little bit of water, but I think I'll leave it and see how it feels first. So what I'm going to do first is I am going to cover my cover with glue. And I don't know if I said, the PVA glue is more flexible than like your art glitter glue. So you want to use one that is the most flexible, because your book is going to be opened and closed. And then I just kind of center that on this paper and press that down. You could put something heavy on there if you want, but I think just pressing it down is good. The paper is a little bit, it moves around a little, but you would be watching them make the paper. Well, they weren't doing it while I was there because they had customers in there, but you could tell that they had done them. Yeah, I would love to watch. They had all the professional paints and all the stuff. It was so cool. Yeah, I was wishing, but we kind of were on a timeline. We were waiting for our bus. We had to get back for the bus and all that. All right, that was a little lump, so I'm just going to move that out of the way and just make sure you're, lined up right. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, so let that dry a minute. And then we're going to trim off the sides or the corners so that they don't overlap too much. I saved these because I was thinking it might be fun to do kind of a mosaic kind of idea with these scraps. I don't know. So I'm not doing it right into the corner because I don't want to have a gap. And then I just kind of fold these over so that when I add the glue, they fold right where they're supposed to. I'm going to get both of these ready. Wish you could cover your backside. What? Well, that would be good for me. Okay, so I watched a couple videos and there are a lot of kind of details to this that I probably don't remember them all, but to me, it got the idea. We've got basic idea. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and see this has already gotten stiff. And I think I'll do these two long ones first. And you can even put glue up here. Won't hurt. And then just... Now, one of them, the lady had on like a white glove. It's like, oh, I'm not doing that. Marbling is fun to do. Yeah, you know, there's so much to do in so little time. But this is a very basic. I would say if you really want to get into this, you know, watch a couple videos because there's so many good people out there. Okay. All right. Hey, Linda Zambori. Okay, so here's one. So we just have to think, I like that. Oh, that's the front. All right. Let me just wipe my nose. Sorry. What's happening here? Okay. All right. I do have a thing of water in case this thing starts really drying out, because that's not good for it. Use enough glue, but not too much that it's so messy, you know, gloppy. Oh, I don't know why I did these first this time, but I don't think it matters. We're going to cover this anyway. It's kind of fun. It's like painting, messy painting. And I do want to try this with fabric because I think that would be a cool look too. Although the handmade paper does feel pretty much like fabric. So you could even kind of go like that, get it. So see, if we did a sharper thing, this here might be exposed, so you don't want to, it has a gloppy thing. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. So we have our two covers. Good, they're both the same size. We like that. Let me just measure it so I don't mess it up like last time. Where's my ruler? I had all my supplies right nearby. All right, now let's also, all right, I can get a cover out of this. So I'm gonna mark this here. I don't quite have enough for another one, but I have more paper. I don't really care inside if it lines up or not. It's okay. All right, so if this is going to be my cover, I probably want that one there. So we can do this right now. Add this on. And I got to say, I do like using the paintbrush better than that spatula. I don't like how this is going to dry out my brush. I guess I could stick it in some water in between, but that's going to dilute. Okay. Oh, look at how pretty that is. So make sure you get it into the corners because otherwise it's going to lift up. And once you poke your holes and stuff, it's hard to get in there. So let's just do maybe down here. Let's just trace it. Something like this. And let's just use scissors. You recently won a fabric covered book in a Barb Owen giveaway. Wow, that was lucky. Does it make you want to do it, Dorothy? Whatever's in the book? They're so inspiring. See what everybody's working on and doing. You think I could do that? Okay. Ooh, that's pretty too. All right. Now I think after I do this, I am going to stick this in the water so this doesn't dry out my brush. Make sure you get it out to the edge. Put it on the paper too. I don't know which is better. That's pretty tight there. Probably should have left a little more space, but that's all right. See how this is lifting up over here? You could take a little bit and just glue that in, because that would bug me. Okay, you can wrap the brush in a baby wipe. Oops, I stuck it in the thing. Oh, well. Loving your beautiful papers. Oh, yeah. And these are from Italy. I didn't make them. Much as I wish I did, I did not. Okay. So the next thing that we have to do, so these can dry for a minute. We'll put them up here. But the next thing I need to do is to cut my paper to go in my book. And just to talk a little bit about what I used, I'll show you. And I did do a template because I kept forgetting how to cut. I did a 4.5. Now this is 9 by 12, so I have a little more room. If this was 8.5 by 11, I could go to 4.25, and it would just go in a little bit more inside my book. But I decided to take advantage of the whole half sheet. So the way I do this is a paper called sulfite paper, and it's a nice weight, and I actually bought it to practice watercolor on, and I just really like the feel of it. It's not that expensive, and I do have like a big stack of it, so I don't feel like, you know, I'm wasting it or anything. I feel like, yeah, that's okay to practice on it. So, wait, I forgot what you said. Wrap the brush in a baby wipe. Yeah, I usually do it in a plastic bag, but I forgot to have them down here. So, all right, so let's move these. I think I'm done with that. So we're going to try our, everything's falling. Sorry. This is some of the paper that I just got at Ollie's, $1.99 for 65-pound, 50 sheets. So I thought that was pretty good. I think it would be pretty to do a black insert book or set of signatures. But I'm going to use this sulfite paper right now. So we'll cut a batch and make our insert. All right, I'm going to cut 2 at a time. So, like I said, this is 9 by 12. I don't know why those lines are there. So I'm going to cut down the middle at 4.5, and then I'm going to do 2 3/4 inch segments of that. Okay, that's the easiest way that I figured out to do this. So 4.5. And actually, I would start up here because this is long. And I do have that big trimmer, but get it down here. All right, and then we're going to do 2 3/4, which comes out to 5 1/2. Actually, I think I did. Yeah, let's just do 5 1/2 twice, and then we'll cut those in half. And of course, the goal is that you want them to all be the same size, because you're going to be binding them into a bunch of signatures. You want them all to look the same. All right, so yeah, that's good. All right, let's do a couple more just so you can see. 5 1/2. And I see why they wear the gloves, because this stuff is obnoxious. This glue. Just make sure you're lined up. Have you guys ever tried one of these? They're kind of addicting. Another thing to be addicted to. Okay, so now what I usually do is I'll take 4 pieces in a signature, which is 8 little pages. Okay, and then I usually take my scoring board. I sort them into stacks of 4, and then I fold them all at once. So 1, 2, 3. And I have some that are already cut and folded, so we'll have enough. So this is 4 of them. And then I take my thing and kind of stack it up and put it in the corner and fold it into the corner so that they're all nice and snugged in there. And these really are so cute. I want to do one with watercolor paper because I think it would be a great little practice book, you know. So now we have 4 little signatures, and that was 2 sheets of paper. So just lay them so they're, together. They look good. So what I'm going to do is take my bone folder, and I'm going to go ahead and crease that down really well. You could also run it through the Big Shot, and that would smush it down. With just the cutting or the platform and your cutting pads. That would make it lay flatter. And there we go. Oops, one of them has been absorbed. Wait a minute. Sometimes that happens. Just make sure. You could do thicker ones. You could do thinner ones. Okay. All right. Let me see. I don't know why this is not, the comments are not progressing. Jen, you can get this paper. I got it on Amazon a while ago, but I can see if I still have the link. I'm just not sure why I never think to use your dies to cut my checkbook covers for your handbound books. Ah, yes. Standard sizes. Absolutely. Yes. Hey, Eileen Fields. How are you? Oh, hey, Karen Ramondo. Good to see you. Who else is here? Okay. I think I got everybody. Hi, Christy. So these are some. Now, watch. I don't know if these are going to be the same, but we could just bind 4. All right. Because these are like perfect, but let's see if these. Oh. See, that one's a little bigger. I don't know why. All right. Well, we'll just do the 4. That's plenty to show how. Okay. Now, the next thing that we have to do is figure out where we want to do our holes. And the way I did this was pretty easy. I just took a piece of the graph paper. Now, this is the same width. Actually, this looks a little bit, it looks a little bit wider. Let's just fit it and make sure. Yeah, those will fit in there. Yeah, they're just right. Okay, I don't know. Every patch seems to be different, but let's just match this. We might have to trim a little bit off each end. Oh man, wish me luck on this. I cannot cut a straight line for the life of me. All right, that's good. So what I do is I take my thick piece of foam. You could use, you know, like a scoring mat or whatever you have. And then what I did was I folded it in half. I get a piece of paper. I did 1 inch, but then I trimmed some of this off because I was trying to use this to measure how far over I want to put this. Yeah, see, I just trimmed that off. But anyway, so you want to have the middle of it. So whatever the width is, maybe we should make another one for this. Let's just do, well, I'll just do one and then you can see what I mean. All right, so here we are at 5 inches. So let's go to 4 inches. We're gonna fold this in half. You could score it on your scoring board if you wanted. Okay, and then you're just going to fold this in half. That way, it's not really so much measuring. You just have to use the dimensions of whatever it is that you're working with and fold it in half again. And then half this way, and then you're going to have your marks of where to make your holes. Okay. So that's how I did this. Now, these measurements are not exactly the same, but that's all right. Okay, so then I'm going to take my little piece here. And what I did was I just made a mark where these all intersected. And there you go. So you just want to press the fold into that, you know, press it all the way down, even this out, and then take your pokey tool and poke. Poke. And poke. All right. And you're going to do these all the same. Lisa, you were rushing to get your salad to eat during the show. Okay. So this actually goes pretty quick. So now we have 2 done. Look at how perfect those are. Unbelievable. You could always, if you wanted them to be exactly right, you can trim them on with your knife so that you don't have that fan effect here. But this is not bad. It's only 4 sheets of paper. And one more. Okay. It goes right in there. All right. So now we have to do our 2 covers. So what I do is I do one and then I flip it. So what do you think? Front and back like that? All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm using this as my spacer, and I don't know what that is, maybe a quarter, a little, maybe 3/8 of an inch. And I'm just gonna kind of put equal distance between these, I'm leaving a little here and a little there. And you can either just poke right through like that, which, why not? Just make sure you're even. Poke through, poke through, poke through. See now, because this is a little taller, I probably would have done these out a little further, but oh well. And then, so this is going to be my front. This is going to be my back. So I'm going to put them back to back. And I'm just going to poke the same holes here. I'm just repeating them. Just make sure you're even. Because sometimes they shift. This is pretty thick. Once you get the paper on and you got glue in there and okay, but I think we're good. Okay, so, oh, look at this. Every page is pretty, even the ones that we pieced. Okay, so now the next thing we're going to do is get our string. And here is my, I don't know if I have enough, so I notoriously always cut too much, and then it's getting twisted and stuff. But I'm too lazy to tie a knot. So I can use this for something else. I'm going to just cut another length. They say to wrap it for as many pages as you have. So like that might have been fine because I have 1, 2, 3, 4. And then they say add a little more, but I'm going to add a lot more because more is more and better. Okay. So let me bring this down a little bit because this is a little tricky and I hope you don't mind I'll probably be fumbling around. Okay. So now we're just going to thread the needle and we're going to tie a knot at the end. And just keep in mind that this knot has to go, has to stay. So I usually do a double knot. And there's probably a better way to do a knot, but okay. One more because they didn't meet up. All right, that's kind of big, but that's all right. Okay, so now what we're going to do is, yes, it is. You add 3 extra lengths. Okay, and you could be teaching this. Okay, so now think about, let's stack everything up how we want it. And we can also look and make sure these all line up, which, yeah, that's pretty good. That one looks a little off, but okay. So we're going to put that inside our book like that. Okay. So now we're going to take the 2 bottom ones. This we're going to flip over like that. And we're going to start on the inside and pull that through. All right, now we are going to come in here and we're going to go through this. And we're going to bring the book forward a little bit. And because this is how it's going to line up. Sometimes I think I should clip it, but then I can't really get in there to do anything. So I wind up just, leaving it. And then I'm going to go, wait a minute, I feel like I'm forgetting something. Wait a minute. Let me just think about this. And do I go in the other way? Honestly, I don't think it matters as long as you do it the same way every time. No, I think I go down here and bring that up. Is that right? Well, we're going to do it the same each time, so. I was up till 4:30 watching these videos. Fascinating. That's how I made 4 books. I was just sitting there like, oh my Lord. All right, now we're going to go around. Just make sure they're lined up. Because this first row is kind of the most important. All right, now come under this little thing here. And then bring it back through. And as you go, just make sure to tighten everything up. Okay. Well, I think that's right, but I don't know. All right. You can clip just the edge. Yeah, that's a good idea. All right, Anne, we're calling in for an assist. But see, then it's going to be hard to get under. And I clipped my string. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to pull that and make sure that's taut. Okay, now I'm going to go over here. Bring that in. And I'm going to do the same, come around from the bottom. And, you know, people are like, do it to the right, do it to the left. Again, I think it's as long as you do it the same. Doesn't matter, but what do I know? Go watch a video. I'm just doing my best here. I should have brought out my curved needle, but oh, you know what? It's this. I don't know. I don't think I can. Maybe I'll do that after I have this secured. Okay, so we have another one. And now just make sure in here is nice and tight. We're going to come around the bottom. Grab that. Because at the end, it looks like a little chain. It's really pretty. And that's kind of knotting the two together. And then you go back into the middle. It's easier when you have 5 holes because then you kind of get in a rhythm. In this, you do 1 and then you got to turn around and start all over. So, but once you get going on it, it really is pretty cool. So, bring that up. And bring this through. Make your little knot. I don't know how people do these videos because it is just not easy. Easier if you do 1 clip at the opening edge. Yes, figured that out. Okay, but see, we're getting there. All right, now. All right, bring that around. And through the, actually, I think now what we want to do is bring in our next signature. So we'll stack this one on top. And we're going to go into the next signature. All right. I'm not even looking up, guys. I'm sure there is, yeah. Yes, the covers are the hardest part. I agree, because then you get going and it's easier. All right, so just line these up, and again, make sure they're nice and tight. And come over to the next one. And then you're going to come around underneath the first little loop here and bring that around. And see how that tightens it up? And bring it back in. I don't know if this is right, but it seems to be keeping them together, and that's maybe we were inventing our own little thing here. I would love to know who thought of this, because wow, they're engineers. Now see, this is when people are like, go right to left, but I can't tell the difference. I'm going to go right to left the whole time. See, I can see how a curved needle would be a lot handier. All right, and now I'm going to bring in my next signature. See, so it's going fast. Now that these are in, it's like, okay. And I might have forgotten some steps here and there, but the main thing to me is that I keep everything together. And the rest of it, you know, you'll get the, and I will also get the tension and all that. As many as you do. All right, now I'm going to come down to this one and go under these two. And this is tricky, but we got it. I get it. The cinch is, yes, much easier. And that would work. That would totally work, Leslie. In fact, I was just looking at some that I had done with the cinch. It's like, oh yeah, that was quick. All right, but see, it's looking cute, isn't it? I think this one is going to be better than my other one. All right, now, one thing that I did learn is don't pull too much, because if you try to tighten it, you will tear this little spot right here. And that's not good. All right, now, this is the last one, and this is tricky because I think you're supposed to put this one. I can't remember what they said. I did it wrong, and I found that it was loose. The cover was loose, so I think somehow you go to the next one. See, if only I'd stayed up till 5 in the morning, I would have been okay. Is it like this? And I bind it down. It might be. Well, all I can say is watch videos. I can't think of who I know Sea Lemon has a really good one, and I have watched her in the past. But I'm just going to go in through this now. It does still get very discombobulated. You have the new cinch. We'll try with just one punch bar open. Would be kind of cute. Yes, they would. All right, this is not... Should have tightened that sooner. And maybe also this is not right. Ay, ay, ay. Who does this stuff? Oh, here we go. All right. And just kind of even it out. Oh, I'm sweating. The other one that I have to show you is much easier, actually. I don't know if we'll have time, though. Maybe I'll do that next time, because you'll like that one. Was that right? Perhaps not. And I think I messed up big time here. Can't really tell what I did wrong. Well, I was going all right for a while. Oh, maybe I didn't wrap it around. Can I still do that? Yeah. Oh, all right. Maybe all is not lost. Just as the more layers go, it's a little trickier. Okay. All right. Well, maybe we just have enough. Oh, wait a minute. No, I want to come. Oh, yeah, I have to. Well, I don't think this is exactly right, but it's getting the job done, so. And I'm going to stick that out there. Yes, on a live. I know. What an idiot. Well, I thought I had it last night, but you can see it's not that hard. It's just I should probably have written down the instructions is all. But, you do what you can. I still like it. All right. Hopefully everything is all tightened because I did not really check that too much. Now I'm just making a knot inside here. And I think I'll do a double knot. And then I'm going to cut it, and that's it. And we'll see what we did. All right. I hope it's okay because I would not be happy if I ruined it. But hey, all right, over there we got a little messed up, but not too bad, you think? It's so pretty. I love this marbling. I want to do some more of this. But we've got a nice little book, and actually it does look a little tighter. That one does not. See, once you do it loose, there's no way to fix it, really. I mean, tear it out. Not doing that. That is cute, though. Isn't it? And what I would probably do is maybe one of those elastic closures where you punch a hole in the back here and do a knot, and bring the elastic around and then just wrap it over so you don't ruin any of this beauty here. Thank you, guys. You are so good. I love it. Don't you think? All right. And if only you were here with me, I'm sure you would have stepped in, but I couldn't do it and see it at the same time. But I think it's not bad. Hey, I practiced one night, So let me show you the other one because I think now the only thing that I don't like is how it opens. And this one did it too. And I don't know how to stop that except by, doing a little elastic around here. But look at my little books. Here's another one. Now this one, maybe we'll do this on Monday because this is so easy. And it's kind of the same idea, but a little different. Also, you guys can do this. If you don't have the tiny book, you can really do the same idea with any die because this is the Skinny Mini, I think. And the way I did this one is similar to how I did this one. This one does not have any inserts yet. I think it goes that way, actually. But it's just a bigger scale, so you make bigger inserts, and I didn't punch my holes or anything, but it's the same idea, actually. So maybe on next Tuesday, we'll do this version of it. Okay, by then I'll have my actual more my glue, and maybe I can practice a little more. But not bad, not bad. How would you like decorate this? Would you decorate it or would you just leave it? You could do something in the pages. See there, it's kind of wonky. I guess I should have tightened it better, but what I like is that they stay flat. You know, you can work in them. You can't take them out though, so if you make a mistake, you're in trouble. Either have to cover it up or find another way or fix it because, yeah. Go to Sea Lemon and look under Coptic binding, and that's where the first one that I did I found, and then there was another one, but I can't think of that lady's name. But you know, you don't need a lot of supplies. You need a bone folder, you need some paper, this thread, but any kind of thread. If you have like buttonhole or upholstery thread, you can use that. I think they like the wax because it's supposed to glide through the paper easier, but you could even take a thing of beeswax and just, you know, run this through the beeswax. I've seen like quilters, you know. And yeah, I mean, you could use a hair elastic. Wait a minute. I think I have one right nearby. Where did I put them? Yeah. And not a bad color, actually. Look at that. I could just do that. That works. I mean, even if I punched a hole and then cut it and just slip this in, you know, either way. And then when I want to have it open, it just is still sitting there and I don't lose it. Yes, genius. This is a little loose though. I'd probably do one with a little more, or elastic, you know. Anyway. All right, guys, that is, yes, wax your own thread. Yeah. But does anybody have questions? Leave it and enjoy the beautiful paper. I agree. I just the memory of it, of being in that store and being on the trip, and you know, this is more than a book. This is a memory. This is a possibility for, you know, what are you going to put in there? Who knows? It'd be a great gift. It's tiny and it doesn't use up even like, this is, so I could probably get maybe two more little journals, and this was €5. But I mean, if we can figure out how to make our own paper, which I'm sure we can do our own. I mean, this is pretty fancy marbling here. And it's also special paint, which I don't have, but I think I could do a version of this. You know, gotta try. But that one's kind of subtle. That one's kind of crazy. This one, I love it. Just love it. All right. That's it, guys. It would have been hard to leave that paper in the store without. I was in there for probably half an hour, and my friend is like, they're all so pretty, and she didn't help. My friend Paula, but we figured it out, and I am really loving this stuff. And even my little scraps, you know, what I was thinking was, where is my sample? Because I have all these little pieces to do kind of a mosaic, you know, and do different patterns and stuff. Wouldn't that be pretty? Like a little collage kind of thing. Oh, I'm not throwing any of this out. I appreciate it. Good job, marblers. I wish I could have stayed there longer. Anyway. All right, guys. Well, we're going to be off to our little baby's birthday, 1-year-old birthday party. I still haven't gotten a present. Still working on it. Oh, you're welcome, Jen. Yeah, wouldn't that be cool, Anne? Or even leaving like a color underneath, like a black, and then have like a mosaic kind of look. Oh, thank you, Linda. You know what? I'm happy to give the birthday celebration to Emma, who is 1, and this is her first of many, and I've had a lot already. I'm good with it. I know what happens on birthdays. You have marbling kit in storage. Oh, Chris. Yeah. Oh, that would be fun. You have triangles, Karen. Well, get them out, man. Yeah, that year did go quick. I agree. You saw a video using a bowl of water and nail polish. Yes, I have seen that too. A collage mosaic. Well, maybe we'll look at that on Monday too. I mean, books are just a place to put your art, you know? And there's so much that you can do with it. I mean, just between the gel plate and, the tools, but the marbling is that's really an art, I feel like, because you have to have done this a lot to get that look. And you probably need like a little, well, I don't know, just a toothpick. I don't know. I'm going to play around with it because I want more of these, but I just don't have them. So I'm going to do that. Thank you. I will tell Emma happy birthday. All right. Well, good, guys. Thanks for coming by. And we'll see you on Tuesday and probably be continuing this trend. But I got work to do this weekend, so after the party. So you used a skewer. Yeah, that would work. All right. I will send your happy birthdays to Emma. All right. Thanks, guys. See you on Tuesday. Have a great weekend. Bye.